Jai Baba, Chapter 99. Shama took great liberties with Baba. This is one such story which shows the fondness that Baba had for Shama. One day, Sakaram Aurangabadkar from Sholapur came to Shirdi with his wife to have Baba's darshan. They were very restless for a son. They had been trying for a child unsuccessfully. For a long time, they had a stepson and the three of them prostrated at the feet of Baba. Sakaram's wife was distraught. She had been trying for a child for the past 27 years. She had been desperate to become a biological mother. She had prayed intensely, gone on pilgrimages, made innumerable vows and pledges to various gods and goddesses, but to no avail. When they reached Baba's feet, she was perturbed. There were so many people seated in Dwarkamai and in the courtyard below. She wondered how would she be able to pour her heart out to Baba in front of so many others who had gathered there. Whenever she met Baba, there were innumerable followers seated nearby. She was shy by nature and therefore she was never able to express her innermost desires to Sai. She and her stepson, Vishwanath, stayed in Shirdi for 2 months, serving Baba to the best of their abilities. Baba had not addressed her turmoil either, but she had faith that he knew everything. One day, unable to bear her sadness, she confided in Shama. She divulged all that which was bothering her. Please speak to Baba whenever he has the time. He is always surrounded by people and I do not think it is appropriate to bother him at those times. Also, please only tell Baba when he is all alone. Please do not discuss my problem with him when he is surrounded by people. I truly request this of you. Shama wondered how this was ever going to be possible. Sister, the mosque is never empty. There are innumerable people always flocking to Baba. You can see the multitude of people who come for his darshan. Let me assure you of one thing. Masjid Mai is very compassionate and Baba is all-knowing. I shall try my level best to convey your message to Baba at the earliest. Let us leave everything in the hands of Baba. Shama halted and thought for a while. I think this is what we shall do. When Baba sits for lunch, you be seated in the Sabha Mandap, that is the courtyard below. Always carry a coconut and incense sticks with you. After Deva finishes his meal, and I feel that he is in a relaxed state of mind, I shall inform you. That very moment you come up. I do not know when all this shall take place, so every day you remain seated and await my signal. Days passed and one day Shama felt that Baba was in a very relaxed mood. Baba finished his meal, washed his hands and Shama wiped them dry. Baba had a twinkle in his eyes. He was in a playful mood. Sai, enveloped with a gush of emotion for his Shama, pinched Madhav Rao's cheek. Shama pretended to be shocked. Is this behavior appropriate, my lord? I am not certain if we require a mischievous god who pinches the cheeks of one and all. Are you taking advantage of our intimacy? You silly man, we have shared 72 lifetimes together. Have I ever pinched your cheek before? Try to remember all those lifetimes. Deva, I don't think that anybody wants a god who pinches cheeks so hard. We also do not want gifts and material wealth or worldly honor. All we want is that we always have your company and when we are hungry for you to feed us delicious food and sweet dishes with your hands. Also bless us that we always remain grateful for your presence in our lives. Shamya, why do you think I'm here? The love from you and all those who are here has pulled me down so that I can feed you all and take care of you all. Baba went and sat on a simple seat with his hand on the railing. Immediately Shama signaled to Shankaram's wife to climb up the stairs and enter the mosque. The lady with a sigh of relief got up and did as she was told. She approached Baba and with great love and reverence bowed down at Baba's feet. She offered the coconut and the incense sticks to Baba. Sainatha took the coconut and lightly knocked it on the railing. Shamya, what do you think this coconut is trying to tell us? There is a lot of noise within the coconut. I think the coconut is saying that just as I rattle within, may there be rattling in this lady's stomach too, Baba. Deva. Also, just as you hold that coconut so tenderly, may you always keep this woman tenderly at your feet. Deva, have mercy on her and put the coconut in her lap and bless her so that she becomes a happy mother to many children. Shamya, have you gone nuts? Do you think coconuts produce children? I never thought that you could think in such a superstitious way. If I did not know you any better, I would think that you have gone completely senile. We all believe is in the power of the coconut, blessed by you, Deva. Then Shamya, everybody has gone stark raving mad. Oh Deva, we all know your powers. All you have to do is bless her with children, and trust me, in a few years there will be a queue of her children waiting to take your blessings. I can sense it. You are just playing around with her and me. Please bless the coconut and place it on the lap of a sari. Oh Deva, please do so as I plead. Should I break the coconut or place it on a lap? There is too much confusion, Shamya. After a while, Baba said, I bless her with a child. Go now. Oh no, not a chance, Deva. Your blessings are often hidden with strange meanings. You could also mean that in some lifetime she is blessed by you to have a child. Shall we make things clear, if you don't mind? When is she going to become a mother? Baba scowled at Shama. In a year's time you shall become a mother. Saying this, he bashed the coconut on the ground and broke it open. He looked inside the coconut intently and sighed. Then Baba handed half of the coconut to the relieved lady and the other half was shared between Baba and Shama. Shama told the lady, Sister, remember my words. If you do not become a mother within 12 months from today, you see what I shall do then. I shall break a coconut on this god's head and drive him away from this mosque, or else I will change my name from Madhav to something else. I shall not allow any god who gives empty words to his disciples to stay in this mosque. Baba began to chuckle, but the lady was shocked by the words used by Shama. Sai looked at the lady and smiled. Don't worry. Shamya is my favorite, but in his love for me, he sometimes forgets what is appropriate and what is not. Don't take his words to heart. You shall become a mother in a year's time. A year later, the lady became a mother to a healthy boy. When the son was 5 months old, all of them came to pay their respects to Baba and to express the love for him. They offered the astronomical amount of 500 rupees to Baba as dakshana. Baba used that money to build a wall for his horse, Shamakarna. Peace be to all. May Baba be as fond of us as he was of Shama. Jai Sai.